VA-145 U.S. Navy, S. 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 New S. Navy, S. Navy, S. Attack Squadron 145 VA-145 was an aviation unit of the United States Navy, nicknamed the Rustlers from 1951–1954, and the Swordsmen thereafter. The squadron was established as Reserve Squadron VA-702 on 1 December 1949 and called to active duty on 20 July 1950. It was redesignated the VA-145 on 4 February 1953 and disestablished on 1 October 1993. Operational history: 27 March 1951, the squadron conducted its first combat sortie, flying close air support missions in Korea. April 1951, the squadron embarked on USS Boxer, operated in the Taiwan Strait. 20 September 1951, the VA-702 flew its last close air support sortie in Korea and thereafter concentrated its strikes on enemy facilities and targets of opportunity as part of the interdiction program. This policy, the result of fairly stable front lines, was effective 21 September and applied to all units of the Fast Carrier Task Force. Close air support missions were now flown only by the Marine Corps and Air Force. This policy was modified later in the war, and Fast Carrier Task Force squadrons again flew close air support missions. 16 October 1952, Commander B.T. Simmons, the squadron's commanding officer, was lost when his plane crashed into the water immediately following its launch from the USS Kearsarge. June–August 1958, the squadron was embarked on USS Ranger for her transit from Norfolk, via Cape Horn, to her new home port at Atlanta. 5–8 July 1959, the squadron embarked on Ranger, flew sorties from the carrier while it operated off Taiwan due to increasing tensions between the Chinese nationalists and Chinese communists. June 1964–January 1965, the squadron participated in Operation Yankee Team, flying rescue combat air patrols in South Vietnam and Laos. 5 August 1964, the VA-145 participated in Operation Pierce Arrow, airstrikes against North Vietnam in retaliation for the attacks on the American destroyers USS Turner Joy and USS Maddox in the Gulf of Tonkin on 4 August. The squadron's Sky Raiders, along with other aircraft from the Air Wing, struck torpedo boats and other targets at Han Gay, North Vietnam. A second sortie of squadron aircraft, along with VA-4 Skyhawks from the VA-144, attacked 5 enemy naval vessels that were at sea near the Lachkeo Estuary and Hangmi Island. The 2 vessels attacked by the VA-145 were left dead in the water and smoking. During this attack, Lieutenant J.G. Richard C. Sather was shot down. He was the first naval aviator killed in the Vietnam War. 31 January 1966, the squadron's commanding officer, Commander H.F. Griffith, was awarded the Silver Star for his actions as a flight leader directing and coordinating simultaneous attacks under extremely adverse weather conditions against a heavily defended primary enemy line of communications and for his participation. 1 February 1966, during one of the squadron's combat missions over North Vietnam, Lieutenant J.G. Dieter Dingler was shot down. He was captured in Laos and imprisoned. On 30 June 1966, he escaped from a Pathet Lao prisoner of war camp, was rescued and returned to the squadron on 21 July. For his daring escape he was awarded the Navy Cross. June–November 1967, during 120 days on Yankee Station, the squadron assisted in the recovery of 14 downed airmen, both Navy and Air Force. 16 April 1969, USS Enterprise, with VA-145 embarked, departed Yankee Station en route to Korean waters in response to the downing of a VQ-1 aircraft by the North Koreans on 15 April. The squadron operated in the Sea of Japan and the Yellow Sea until 11 May. December 1972, the squadron participated in Operation Linebacker Roman II, heavy air strikes against targets primarily around Hanoi and Haiphong. 15 January 1973, the squadron led the first massive laser-guided bombing attack against targets in North Vietnam. A coordinated strike was launched involving Squadron Amethyst-6, which used their Pave Knife laser designation system, and Amethyst-7s from VA-113 and VA-125. These strikes succeeded in destroying 14 bridges in North Vietnam. January-February 1973, following the ceasefire with North Vietnam on 27 January, the squadron concentrated its attention on strikes against lines of communication targets in Laos until an agreement was reached with that country. February-March 1973, the squadron flew limited sorties in support of Operation End Sweep, minesweeping operations in North Vietnamese waters. July 1976. Following the Israeli raid on Entebbe and the threatened military operations against Kenya by Uganda, the Ranger, with VA-145 embarked, was ordered to transit from the South China Sea to the Western Indian Ocean and operate off the coast of Kenya. August-November 1987, the squadron provided support for Operation Earnest Will, the escorting of reflagged Kuwaiti oil tankers through the Persian Gulf. October 1987, the VA-145 and other assets from CVW-2 provided support for Operation Nimble Archer, retaliatory strikes by surface forces against an Iranian oil platform used as a base by Iranian small boats that were attacking oil tankers. August 1989, during a routine mission, a squadron aircraft sighted a foundering Vietnamese refugee boat leading to the rescue of 39 refugees by H-14 and Ranger. 15 January 1991, Ranger with VA-145 embarked, transited to station in the Persian Gulf. 16 January 28 February 1991, the squadron participated in Operation Desert Storm, flying combat missions against targets in Iraq and Kuwait. The VA-145 flew 621 combat sorties, striking land-based and sea-based targets. Squadron strikes resulted in the destruction of 33 tanks, 1 bridge, 48 artillery pieces, 41 Iraqi naval vessels, 20 ammunition storage bunkers, 3 chemical weapon storage facilities, and 7 command and control sites. All of this was accomplished by the squadron without the loss of a single person or damage to its aircraft. 17 September 3 December 1992, squadron aircraft flew missions in support of Operation Southern Watch. This operation was in support of UN Resolution 688, which demanded that Iraqi government stop the repression of its Shiite population in southern Iraq and banned Iraqi planes from flying south of the 32nd parallel. 7-18 December 1992, squadron aircraft flew missions in support of Operation Restore Hope, a UN-authorized effort to relieve mass starvation amid factional fighting in Somalia. Home port assignments. The squadron was assigned to these home ports, effective on the dates shown: NAS Dallas 1 Deck 1949, NAS San Diego 28 July 1950, NAS Miramar 1953, NAS Moffett Field May 1962, NAS Elaine de Sep 1963, NAS Whidbey Island 28 Jan 1968. Aircraft assignment. The squadron first received the following aircraft on the dates shown: TBM Avenger 1949, a Demoness 2 Skyraider AUG 1950, a Demoness 4Q Skyraider SEP 1950, a Demoness 1 Skyraider Deck 1951, a Demoness 4L Skyraider APRA 1952, a Demoness 3Q Skyraider APRA 1953, a D-4B Skyraider, APRA 1953, a D-4NA Skyraider, D-4NA AUG 1954, a D-5 Skyraider, OCT 1954, a D-6 / a D-1H Skyraider, Feb 1956, A-6 of Intruder 4, Jun 1968, A-6B Intruder 6, AUG 1968, A-6C Intruder 11, May 1970, K-6D Intruder 1972, A-6E Intruder 22, Sep 1976, A-6 Tram Intruder *30 Nov 1981 *. The A-6E Tram version was capable of carrying and firing the Harpoon anti-ship missile.